I genuinely thought that if I just worked in a normal job and if I paid into my pension, I'd be just fine. Like that was the plan: work, pay in, retire, done. And that belief followed me from being about age 17 all the way into my late 20s. Up until the point that I actually sat down and ran the numbers as to what a retirement might look like, and that's when it hit me. I don't actually know if that is going to be enough. So in this video, I want to walk through, firstly, what I used to believe, what changed, and then what I've actually done instead, using my own real numbers, my own real decisions, because I think a lot of people are in the exact same position. Now, none of this should be considered financial advice. I'm just sharing what I'm doing with my own money on this channel. So I've been in work pretty much non-stop since I was about 15 years old. Paper rounds, cleaning kennels, painting fences, summer jobs and all sorts. Then I went on to full-time work in retail at 17, 18, then into office life from my early 20s. And from pretty early on, I had this message drilled into me: pay into your pension. My granddad always used to tell me, try your hardest and pay your superannuation, son. So I definitely did one of those things, and he wasn't wrong. Like, it was good advice, but what I took from that was that would be enough on its own. I didn't really question it, because why would you? That's what everybody says to do. So fast forward on a few years, I start working full-time in payroll actually, so pensions were right in front of my face, and this was around the time that auto-enrollment came in, which sounded great on paper, more people paying into pensions, but I think what actually happened in a lot of companies was that pension schemes actually got watered down, or worse for the employees. Employers generally reduced their generosity, stuck to the minimum contribution levels. I didn't really notice it at the time because it was all a bit invisible and new to me, and it just sort of happened in the background. But when I started looking into it properly, and I realised I'm putting money away every month into this thing called a pension, but I've got no idea what that turns into. And even when I started looking at it then, it's all based on assumed growth rates, projections, if markets return X amount of percent over 40 years plus, and if you're in work for that long and you're able to keep contributing for that whole period of time. And I just don't feel very confident relying on that alone. It was such an unknown. I remember sitting there trying to actually work it out on one of those online compound interest calculator things, like how much will I have? What income will that give me? Is that enough to live on? What standard of life will I have? What's going off with inflation? And the honest answer is, I didn't know the answer to any of those questions, and that's what bothered me, because what I'm basically saying is I'm going to do this for the next 40 odd years and just hope it works out. And for me, that didn't really feel like a plan. It felt like more of a guess and not really an educated guess. So the first thing that I did wasn't actually stocks, it was property. So at about 25 years old, my partner and I bought a buy-to-let property. We'd already been able to buy our own property to live in, which could be considered a long-term investment, I guess, but the buy-to-let wasn't about being clever or building an empire. It was just that I wanted another option for us, something that wasn't, oh, wait until I'm nearly 60 and hope that the pension is enough. So it gave me some rental income potential, it gave me an asset that I could hold on to and potentially sell at some point in the future, something that I could see and understand. Whether it's been a smooth sailing story is another thing, as you might have seen on this channel already, but that was the plan. Then fast forward again to my early to mid 30s, and this is where I started investing in stocks. And again, really importantly, this wasn't about, and still isn't about, retiring early. I'm not trying to like quit work tomorrow or build some crazy portfolio overnight that I can live off the passive income. It's much more simple than that. I just don't want to have to rely on one thing to have options later in life. So I started building a stocks and shares ISA. And right now that's at about £20,000 invested. Most of it is in global index funds, so S&P 500, FTSE All World, that sort of thing. I'm just consistently adding some money to it each month. Nothing fancy, just building another layer to hopefully have more options in life. So right now, my mindset is actually completely different to how it was a few years ago. Before then it was, the pension is the plan. Right now it is, the pension is one part of the plan, but it's one part of the plan alongside property, alongside stocks, and then alongside whatever else I build over time. Hopefully this YouTube channel, if you'd be so kind as to press that subscribe button down below to follow my journey, thank you very much. Because the reality is that I don't know what retirement looks like in 30 odd years or so. Pension ages are going up, state pension might change or not even be there at all. Markets could do anything, nobody can predict that. So instead of trying to predict it, I'm just trying to give myself some options. And just quickly on the investing side, the platform that I personally use for my ISA is Trading 212. That's where I've built that £20,000 portfolio. I like it because it's simple, it's low cost, it's easy to just invest money monthly and leave it. If you do want to check it out, I do have a referral link down below. There's no strings attached or anything like that. Both of us get a free fractional share if you follow the link and sign up. So no no pressure, it supports me as a creator, hopefully it supports you on your investing journey. And I'm also going to be sharing on my monthly YouTube video updates what that means for a creator side, like how much money these links generate as part of my like compounding project journey develops. So thank you very much for the support. So yeah, to be like absolutely clear, I haven't stopped paying into my pension. It's still going to form a large part of my investment strategy. I'm just not relying on it fully anymore. And I think that's the key difference. For me, this isn't about trying to predict the future perfectly. It's just about trying to not get caught out if I'm wrong. I am curious to hear though, especially from people perhaps older than me, do you just rely on your pension, or are you building, or have you built something else alongside it? Please do let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.